Xander begs Sarah to believe in his innocence as substantiation mounts and Brady throws Kristen's history in her face. Kristen opens the DiMera frontal door to Brady, who holds a stuffed bear, a chocolate box, balloons, and flowers for Rachel. The little girl runs to see her daddy. She excitedly hugs her large bear and dashes down to finish the card. She's timber for Brady. Brady thanks Kristen for letting him see Rachel moment. Kristen knows Rachel has always been his special Valentine. She envious. Not of Rachel per se, but because it's a day to celebrate love, which she's been feeling the absence of. Brady deadpans there are a lot of reasons for that, and she hopes she doesn't anticipate it from him. There'll no way be balloons and bears coming from him ever. Sarah visits Xander, who's shackled to a president in the interrogation room. He swears on Victoria's life that he didn't shoot Harris. You have to believe me. Sarah pulls her hand from his. A dejected Xander knows he's been given further chances than he deserves. Sarah and Victoria are presumably more off without him. Stephanie and Everett anxiously come to the Spectator newsroom. Upon seeing Chad, Stephanie rushes to his arms. Thank God you're okay. Everett pensively narrows his eyes. Chad appreciates their support and updates them on the kiddies, Doug, and Julie. After Stephanie tells him about everything she bought the kiddies, she gets called to deal with a permit issue for the geocaching event. Alone, Everett asks Chad what's really going on. Chad admits he thinks it was wildfire and that someone was trying to kill them. Further Quantum Leap honors lifelong addict of ballot in the Spectator newsroom. Stephanie embraces Chad. Hard, Everett narrows his eyes and tightens his lips. Ava and Stefan make a point to hold hands as they meet with Jada at the police station. Jada shares that Harris made it through the night, but he suffered serious internal damage. They don't know why Harris was shot, but they've a person of interest in guardianship. They also set up a textbook communication on Harris' phone from Ava that allured him to the lading jetties. Ava takes out her phone to prove she didn't shoot the textbook communication. Jada points out that textbooks can be deleted, so her phone records will be examined. Ava is fine with that. Jada thanks them for coming by and leaves. Ava can't believe Harris allowed. She texted him. He was shot because of her. I did this to him. Stefan assures her it's not her fault and offers to take her to lunch. There's nearly she needs to be, so she heads out. Further Jessica Capshaw back at Grey's Season 20 promo in front of pink and white balloons in the DiMera manse. Kristen angrily points two fritters at Brady. When Kristen asks after Tate at the manse, Brady reveals he and Teresa are going to visit him hereafter. Kristen bristles, admitting she's envious of Teresa for getting so much of his and Alex's attention. She doesn't like going to bed alone night after night. Assuming he doesn't like it either, she suggests they explore a relationship again. Brady calls her authentic. At the paper, Chad recounts everything that happened the night of the fire. Everett asks if he fears for his safety. You read damn right I do. When Everett hears about the trouble Chad entered, he muses their composition really struck a win-lamps with Clyde. Still, proving he's to condemn wouldn't be easy. Chad declares he has to finish effects with him. Everett offers to help. Stephanie scurries into the police station, thanking Jada for reminding her to get the domain department's sign-off. Upon learning Jada and Rafe have been too busy to make Valentine's Day plans, Stephanie invites them to regale with her and My Joe. Jada accepts. Further, how your favorite stars spent Valentine's Day at the police station. Jada faces Stephanie while holding a white substantiation box. Stephanie puts a hand it. In the sanitarium tabernacle, Ava lights a candle before soliciting for Harris. Arriving, Stefan sits next to her in a pew and takes her hand. He's surprised she's there since he no way took her for the soliciting kind. Ava relays the nursers wouldn't let her see Harris because it's family only. So, the only way to help him now is to supplicate. In the interrogation room, Sarah tells Xander she wouldn't walk down from him. She knows the man she was with last night, and the man who loves his son is unable of killing another mortal being in cold blood. However, she believes him if he tells her he didn't do it. He thanks her. She and Victoria are his loves. Justin arrives after Sarah told him what happened. Justin declares he and the family are there for both Xander and Sarah. He relays Victoria is being well looked after on with Chad's kiddies. As Justin and Sarah bandy the situation, a confused Xander asks to be clued in about the fire. Further is this * who's behind the attacks on Salem? Baring her teeth, Rachel holds out a hand-wrought card preparing to rip it. Words on one side read, "You daddy." Brady earnestly kneels in front of her. Meanly eyeing Rachel, Kristen brings her hand to her mouth. As Kristen makes her case at the manse for why she and Brady should give it another try, he reminds her of the terrible effects she's done, like violating his family and stealing Teresa's fetus and implanting it in herself. An emotional Kristen insists rape isn't an accurate description, and she stole the fetus out of love. As Brady continues to rebuke Kristen, Rachel returns, crying at them to stop fighting. It's all they ever do. Brady tries to explain, but she doesn't watch presently. She rips the card she made for him. Kristen asks Brady to go. An agonized Brady kisses Rachel on the head and reluctantly departs. Kristen hugs her son, assuring her it'll be alright. More indication to a Station 19 thriller wearing an inscrutable expression, Stefan sits next to a solemn Ava in the sanitarium tabernacle. He clasps her hand in her stage. In the tabernacle, Ava prodigies if Clyde will go after Gabby or Trip now. Stefan doesn't suppose so because they had nothing to do with the raid or the composition. The stylish thing they can do is lie downward until they hear from him. Ava worries they'll no way be free of him. Stefan states they made their choices, so as long as Clyde is breathing, they re at his mercy. Ava blames herself for being so weak, she made herself vulnerable to him. And now Harris might not survive. He was on that wharf because of her. Stefan puts an arm around her, promising they'll get through this together. Further, the suspects behind Xander's frequenter Everett and Stephanie affectionately smile at each other on the Horton Square bench. He holds a tablet. As people explore the forecourt with their phones, Stephanie sits on the bench with a note taking Everett. After marveling at the turnout, Stephanie tells Everett about their double date with Rafe and Jada. Outside the manse, a frustrated Brady wonders how he could let this be again. Outside, Rachel asks Kristen why she and Brady always have to fight. As Justin questions Xander about the night of the fire, Xander mentions he got a call many days ago asking him to exclude someone. As Justin and Sarah wonder why he's just mentioning this now, Jada enters with an substantiation box. She takes out a gun recovered in Xander's apartment. Ballistics verified it was the gun used to shoot Harris. Coming on Days of Our Lives, EJ impresses Nicole, and Teresa makes her passions known. Valentine's disaster, histories collide. The morning of the end. Days of Our Lives suggests some shocking moments in the land of Salem. It's still Valentine's Day in the little city, so what kind of drama will unfold? A Valentine's festivity goes wrong, two people's histories collide, and it may be the morning of the end for one super couple. What's on Val for Thursday's show? Time to dive right in. Days of Our Lives Valentine's Day disaster days indicate that Brady Black will swing by the DiMera manse to visit Rachel Black with Valentine's Day delicacies in hand. Looks like he's set to spoil his baby girl with balloons and a teddy bear. Days of Our Lives Valentine's disaster, histories collide, the morning of the end. Regardless, while the study is nice, what happens coming is end so great, as added teasers allude that Brady and Kristen DiMera will wind up fighting. Not such a great Valentine's gift for Rachel to watch, right? Days spoilers, Everett Lynch is about to meet his ex across city. DOL, note that Stephanie Johnson will believe it's time for Rafe Hernandez and Jada Hunter to meet her swain, Everett Lynch. Also read Days of Our Lives. Is Constantine Melianis behind the framing of Xander Cook? As Jada and Everett were formerly married, this should make for an intriguing scene.